Takes 25. We're in season 2, which is really cool. This will be episode 8. For episode 8, I just want to have some fun today. Let's have a good time. So I want to talk about Puerto Rico. Let's talk about traveling to or moving to Puerto Rico, just for fun. All right, before we get started, I have to remind everybody, I have a couple books out. I have The Cop and Me. That's back when I had hair. And it's just a story of my life as a child growing up, becoming a police officer. Some of the rough things that I went through as a child, but hey, we made it. And the other book that I have out is called Mic Drop, and it's 25 takes that make you think. It is all of season 1, so it's all of season 1's podcasts. They've been converted into a book. It's fun. It's short little chapters, 25 chapters, and it's a lot of fun. Just here to provoke thoughts, just to get you thinking. Both of these books are available on Amazon and also Barnes & Noble. So The Cop and Me and Mic Drop, 25 takes that make you think. Those are our books. Okay, that was my sales pitch for the day. All right, so let me take these glasses off because it makes it harder for me to see, even though they're supposed to help me. So Puerto Rico, wow, okay, interesting. You know that we have a house here in Puerto Rico, and we travel back and forth and spend a lot of time here. We've lived here full time for a couple of years, and it's actually we've had the house for 5 years, I guess, here, and so actually we've lived here longer than that. So we've learned a lot. It's interesting. I came here on vacation by myself, speaking no Spanish whatsoever in a country that speaks Spanish. And yes, it is a U.S. territory, but Spanish is the primary language. So that was interesting. My Spanish has gotten a little tiny bit better, a little tiny bit. So anyway, but Puerto Rico, woo! So let's talk about, maybe you're talking about traveling here. Maybe you want to move here and you have a lot of questions. And hopefully I can give you some answers. So I hear a lot of the same questions over and over again. People say, Puerto Rico. See, I had to wear my Puerto Rico shirt with my Jeep. Why Puerto Rico? Is it safe there? Is that island still messed up from the hurricane? People ask that all the time. Why not Mexico? Why not Costa Rica? I hear Costa Rica is beautiful. I hear that all the time. So those are all fair questions. Absolutely. So today, I want to give you some facts. I want to give you some real numbers. I'll give you a little history. And most importantly, I'll give you a little bit of some of my actual experiences from spending years going back and forth and eventually buying a home here on the island of Puerto Rico. So after that, you decide. Do you want to come visit Puerto Rico? Maybe move here? But if nothing else, you should have a better understanding of what this island really is about. And beyond the headlines. Don't listen to the headlines. I tell you that all the time. The media, they skew things the way they want it. So I say, let's get into it. Okay. Let's start simple. There's a lot of people. I know this is going to sound crazy for all of you people that understand the geography of our world. But there are a lot of people that have no idea where Puerto Rico is or what Puerto Rico is. They don't know. Is it an island? Is it a country? Is it a country inside of a continent? What is it? Where is it? What is it? Okay. A lot of great questions. So let's get into it. Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico sits at about 18.22 degrees north latitude and about 66.59 degrees west longitude. So that puts us pretty doggone close to the equator. And so we're down here. Okay, so it's in the Caribbean. Puerto Rico is an island, clearly, in case you didn't know, and it lies east of the Dominican Republic and west of the U.S. Virgin Islands. It's roughly 1,000, maybe 1,100 miles southeast of Miami, Florida. So flights from South Florida, they take about 2.5, 3 hours to get to Puerto Rico. Now there's two major airports here. There's San Juan, SJU, and then there's Aguadilla, BQN. We live on the northwest area of the island in a town called Isabela. So we're about 20 minutes from the BQN or Aguadilla Airport. So that'll give you a little perspective. And yes, I'm a little biased. I like the west. I like the northwest of the island. But maybe it's because I live here. I don't know. So geographically speaking, Puerto Rico sits right where the Caribbean Sea meets the Atlantic Ocean. So it's really cool. It's really diverse that way. And why does that matter? Well, because the island, it feels a little different depending on where you are. Okay? So there's mountains, beautiful mountains, tall, steep mountains, rainforests that cover the east, and there's I would say it's close enough to a rainforest that covers the west. So the Atlantic offers the waves in the north, right? You get that North Shore waves like Hawaii. And the Caribbean gives you that calm on the south side of the island. And the west, yeah, that's my favorite. I love it. It's beautiful. We have beautiful sandy beaches, clear water, crystal clear water as you get more to the west. And the ocean temperatures here are amazing, in the 80s, probably pretty much year round. So you can walk in the water in December, January, February, no problem. Walk right in, swim, scuba, paddleboard, whatever you want to do. It's perfect. Summer, even warmer. Okay, so now you know where Puerto Rico is. Let's give you a little history about Puerto Rico. So here we go. Before Spain, before the United States, Puerto Rico belonged to the Taino people, who called it Boricuan. Borican or Boricuan. And now, this location was found or discovered by outsiders somewhere around 1493, and that would have been Christopher Columbus. He claimed that island for Spain in 1493. So that was a long time ago. So the island's been here for a long time. There's a lot of history here. In 1508, Juan Ponce de Leon established the first settlement. And here in Puerto Rico, on the south side of the island, is a town called Ponce. I wonder where they got that name. Puerto Rico became a military stronghold and a plantation economy built on sugar, coffee, and of course, unfortunately, enslaved African labor. That happened. The Spaniards were enslaving people across the Caribbean, and they were dreaming that there was great wealth and lots of gold, hence the name Puerto Rico, which is the rich port. But that all lasted until about 1898. In 1898, that's when Spain lost the Spanish-American War and ceded Puerto Rico to the United States. So the United States has held Puerto Rico as a territory of the United States since 1898. In 1917, Puerto Ricans were granted U.S. citizenship. And then in 1952, Puerto Rico adopted its own constitution and became the Commonwealth of Puerto Rico, an unincorporated U.S. territory. That's pretty exciting. Today, Puerto Rico is still a U.S. territory, with ongoing debates about statehood, independence, or staying right where it's at. So there are definitely three different factions. And there are people in Puerto Rico and on the mainland of the United States that want to see Puerto Rico attain statehood. And there's a big push for it. There's also a group that is very much against statehood. They want Puerto Rico to be their own independent, freestanding country. And then there's another group that says, look, we don't have to change anything. We're part of the United States. We're U.S. citizens. Everything's fine. We're protected by the U.S. We don't need to change anything. Let's just leave things as they are. So those are kind of the three things, the three debates of Puerto Rico's future. Keep it as it is, make it a state, or total sovereignty. Okay, so here's a really cool point. Because Puerto Rico is a U.S. territory and all Puerto Ricans are U.S. citizens, you don't need a passport to visit Puerto Rico. That's awesome. No passport needed. Okay, period. Everybody's U.S. citizens. No more discussion. Okay, let's talk economy in Puerto Rico. So I think the first thought is, oh, beaches and rum drinks, right? It's Puerto Rico, beaches and rum. A lot of people think of the Caribbean that way. So a lot of people think Puerto Rico survives solely on tourism. Well, that's not even close. Puerto Rico has a high income developing economy. It's driven heavily by manufacturing, especially pharmaceuticals and medical devices. That sector alone accounts for roughly 43 to 46% of the island's GDP. So there is some manufacturing going on here. Services like tourism, finance, insurance, real estate make up over half of the economy. So all of those combined. But really, folks, tourism contributes to about 10%. And it is growing. I can tell you that in the years that I've been coming and living in Puerto Rico, I have seen a tremendous amount of growth in tourism. So it's happening. And housing prices are rising. It's getting more expensive here to buy a house. So keep that in mind. If you're wanting to come to Puerto Rico and take advantage of some of their tax breaks and some of the other things that they offer, hurry. That's all I can say. Hurry. So yeah, people ask about all the time about the hurricane. So yes, after 2006, the island did struggle. There were two hurricanes. I want to say it was Ivan and then Maria, and they hit very close to each other, and they were significant storms, and they caused a lot of damage. But recovery is real, and recovery is visible, and it's ongoing. A lot of the infrastructure is continuing to be rebuilt. The power grid is strengthening. They're replacing old poles, replacing old parts in their power systems, and really trying to get the power grid back up to a much better functioning system. So they're doing really well with that. Water system is well. They have very few problems with the water system here. So I think my biggest complaint is potholes. There's a lot of potholes. And in all fairness, folks, it rains here often. It is an island in the Caribbean, so it's hard to keep those roads from getting potholes. But yeah, sometimes you look like a drunk driver going down the road, weaving this way and that way and this way, trying to avoid all the potholes. And they do try to fill them. I mean, I'll give you that. They do try to fill them and keep them up as best as they can. So, the island, it's in good shape. It's doing good. It looks good. The people are amazing. So actually, when you travel to the island, you'll still be able to see, even though most of the agriculture has stopped here, you will still be able to find coffee farms, cacao, chocolate farms. There's a farm in San Sebastian. I know I'm pronouncing that wrong because I don't really speak Spanish very well. There are cattle ranches here, dairy farms. There are some amazing little small towns. You have beautiful mountains, gorgeous rainforests, waterfalls, and beaches that just feel untouched sometimes. No matter how busy those beaches get, you can go there on a Tuesday at 2 o'clock and it's all yours. It's really cool. Unfortunately, the sugarcane days of Puerto Rico, those are gone. And Puerto Rico has evolved, but has not lost touch with its history and culture of farming and agriculture, and especially sugarcane. So, but it's depleted. It's no longer thriving here. So, interesting. People ask me this question: why Puerto Rico? Why? Why did you buy a house there? You don't speak Spanish. You're a gringo. Why would you go to Puerto Rico? Well, I'll tell you, it's like this. I could say it's for the awesome scuba diving, because I do scuba dive and I teach scuba. So could be scuba, but that's part of it. The warm water, definitely part of it. Rainforests, hikes, the mountains, the beaches. Oh, yes, all true. Even the food. Not fond of all the food of Puerto Rico, but most of it. Now, what's the real reason? Real reason that I was willing to buy a house here and why my wife and I agree to live here has really nothing to do with all of the beauty. That's just the icing on the cake. But the real reason is the people. Hands down, it is the people. And I'm going to do my best to say this. Porque la gente de Puerto Rico es especial. Es muy amable. The people here are very kind. They're very welcoming and they're very generous. And the people here have always treated me as if I belong here. They've never treated me as an outsider. The people here have never pushed me aside or discarded me in any way. They've always welcomed me and been kind. Now, I try not to be the ugly American. I don't run up and down the street yelling and screaming, throwing beer cans, doing all that kind of stuff. I try to blend into my community and be a part of my community. Worked really hard at trying to learn Spanish. And I've learned enough Spanish that my wife and I have been able to have 2 homes here. We've bought several vehicles here. We have banking, everything. So you learn how to communicate. And when you try to speak Spanish, the people they just embrace you and they're like, thank you for trying. And it's just awesome. And then you find out that most of the people on this island speak English. Most people are definitely bilingual here. So big help for me, but they really do appreciate when you try to speak Spanish and do your best. And be respectful. I mean, that's the bottom line. Just be respectful. Be kind. Be kind. So like I said, I don't want to be the ugly American here. So I don't expect everyone on the island to speak English, however most do. So here's the rule that I live by here. Be respectful, be humble, and embrace Puerto Rico for what it is. Embrace it for what it is. Not what you want it to be, not what you think it should be, not because they do things different here than they're done on the mainland. Don't try to change things. Embrace Puerto Rico for what Puerto Rico is. And you will fall in love with Puerto Rico, and you will fall in love with the beautiful, wonderful people of Puerto Rico, just like I did. Believe me, that's a true statement. Okay, now, let's talk about, some of the familiar comforts and better ones. I'm hearing a lot of weird noises outside, but that's okay. Okay, so here on the island, yes, you will find, are you ready for this? Chick-fil-A. They have Chick-fil-A. McDonald's. There's Walmart, Costco, Home Depot, U.S. Postal Service. They follow U.S. banking. So that makes it really nice. It makes it really easy to do things here. But if, if that's all you eat is McDonald's and Chick-fil-A and Wendy's and all of the places that are here, Church's Fried Chicken, that's a big one, you're going to miss out because let me tell you, Puerto Rican food is cocina corrida, is a blend of Spanish, African, and Taino influences. And let me tell you, there are some fabulous dishes here. A lot of stuff gets fried, and I try to stay away from that. But oh my gosh, they have a mofongo. Mofongo is made of plantain, sweet plantain, green plantain or plátano, and yuca. And you can get mofongo as each of those ingredients, or what they call a trifongo, which is all of those ingredients. Wow. Of course, a staple at every dinner is arroz con gandules, which is rice and beans, basically. It's delicious. Pork shoulder, big deal here. Yeah, just all kinds of stuff. A lot of things here start with a mixture or a flavoring called sofrito. And sofrito is a mix of some onions and little sweet peppers, and just different things. And they just give you this amazing flavor. It's unbelievable. But there's some good stuff here. Now, they say the drink of the island is the pina colada. A pina colada is the drink of the island. However, most Puerto Ricans will tell you, I think, that the drink of the island is the mojito. And the original mojito is with mint. And they are pretty delicious, even though I'm not a big drinker. But they make a coconut mojito. I do like. However, I usually get a headache from it because I just can't drink. And then on the island, there are really two major beers. The major beers are, there's really one. It's Medallia. But there are some others. And they do have another beer, Magna. Magna is more of a lager. I do like the Magnas. The Medallia are like Coors beer, maybe. But it's a big deal here. Interestingly, there is a bar in Rincon that on Wednesdays offers 25-cent medallias. 25 cents. Woo! You can get a hangover for a couple of bucks at that little place. All right. But one of my favorite moments here in Puerto Rico, obviously, is sitting at a restaurant. I love sitting at the restaurant, enjoying the food, having a beverage. And one thing that is so beautiful here is strangers walking by will say to you, buen provecho. And that just basically means enjoy your meal, or, good meal for you, which is, I found, just heartwarming. And a proper response is to just acknowledge and say gracias or thank you. But I love it. It's really, people here are very welcoming and very kind. I can tell you, I've more than once been in restaurants where there was a birthday party going on, and without any conversation or contact whatsoever, the people having the party will come to our table and bring us pieces of the birthday cake and invite us to join them to their party. That's how the people are in Puerto Rico. Just amazing. All right. So that's all the nice, fun stuff. Let's talk about the not so fun stuff. Those things called hurricanes. And you've all heard about the power problems that they've had here. So let's talk. Hurricane Maria hits in 2017. It was almost 9 years ago now. So Puerto Rico, guys, is not frozen in time. It is not. The power grid, water systems are all being upgraded, like I said. Solar installations are everywhere. Our house has solar. We have battery backup. It's awesome. When the power goes out, bam, it clicks over. We're on power. We don't even realize the power's out, which is really, really cool. Like I said earlier, the power grid is being rebuilt slowly. It's coming back. They're much more stable than they were 5-6 years ago when I first came to the island. So yeah, Hurricane Maria hit hard, but guess what? They learned. Everybody learned. When I say they, I mean the people of Puerto Rico learned, the people at FEMA learned, the people on the mainland learned. We have to be prepared. If we're not prepared, the damage is worse and the suffering is worse. So they've done a great job of really trying to bring things back. So let's talk about expense, right? People talk, how does it cost a lot of money to live there, so on and so forth. I'll speak to our house. Our house in Isabella, we generate more power here with our solar than we use. So we really don't have a power bill. We pay $4 a month to be connected to the grid. Our system puts power back on the grid. It's a net metering system. So we really don't get a power bill. We have a credit, a running credit, and it's north of $500 that runs all the time. So we really don't. The $4 a month comes right out of that credit. So we really don't have a power bill. Water bills are averaging, hope you're sitting down for this, under $20 a month. Your water bill should average under $20 a month. We have a small pool here, a little piscina, and it's probably 4,500 gallons. And even when I fill that little pool, I don't see a change. My water bill stays under 20 bucks. So now we also on the roof have solar water heating system, which means here unlimited hot water, because it never really gets colder than 70 degrees. And as long as the sun's hitting that 80-gallon tank on the roof, it stays warm. And then there's solar panels that water is heated by. So yeah, we don't really have a water bill that costs much. We have no power bill. We live in the town of Isabella, and since we live in the town of Isabella, our garbage collection is covered by the town or the city. They come once a week and pick up the garbage. We don't pay for that. That's part of living here. So is it cheaper here? I think so. There are some things that are more expensive, but hey, come on. Utilities, to me, are low. Property taxes, low and reasonable. Sales tax, high, about 11.5%. Most restaurants, you'll pay about 7%. Now, milk, $6 a gallon. Eggs, maybe $5 for a dozen, sometimes a little less. Gas, runs about 90 cents per liter, 91 cents. It runs about $3.44 a gallon. So it's maybe a little high, but not that high. Remember, everything here has to come here on a boat or a plane. You don't truck it in. And so, yeah, gas here sold by the liter. So when you're driving through Puerto Rico and you look up at the gas station, you go, wow, gas is cheap here. It's 91 cents. That's per liter. You need 4 of those to make a gallon-ish. I'm giving you, basics. So then there's another kind of weird thing. It's kind of fun. All the road signs will be in Spanish, and mile markers will be in kilometers here. So as you're driving down the road, you'll look over and you'll be at kilometer or km 112, for instance. However, the speed limit signs are posted in miles per hour. So miles per hour to drive, kilometers as your mile markers or your kilometer markers. And let's see, what else? And to stop here, a stop sign is pare, P-A-R-A, pare. In Mexico, it's alto. And in Spain, we were surprised to see that in Spain, when we visited, the stop signs say stop. So But in Puerto Rico, it's pare. So here's the thing, guys. You come to Puerto Rico, get out into the community. Don't come and visit Puerto Rico and hang out at a resort or hang out in San Juan or Old San Juan and go, yeah, I've been to Puerto Rico. No. Go visit some of the towns. Get out into the country. They call it the campo, out in the country here, and find out what's out there. Here's the thing: you can still have breakfast here. They call them a panaderia or bakeries. The panaderia, you can get a nice breakfast for $5-6. Okay, not 15, 5 or 6. Lunch plates. Oh my God, they have great lunch plates here. Those will run you anywhere from $8 to maybe $12, depending on what you get. If you're getting ribs and high dollar stuff, but definitely less expensive than most places on the mainland. 100%. All right, I'm going to keep going because I know I'm running past my general 30 minutes here. But Puerto Rico has about 3 million residents. It is the most populous island in the Caribbean, so a lot of folks here. Tourist areas, I would say, and I think if you do some research on the internet, you'll find are generally safe. Violent crime exists. It exists everywhere, people. It exists. Listen, we live in Phoenix. We live in the Valley of the Sun. There are shootings there every single day. Road rage incidents, murders. You have no idea the level of crime that takes place. So it's everywhere. I have never, ever felt unsafe in Puerto Rico. I have never felt unsafe. Now, I don't go places where I shouldn't be, but the places I do go, I've never felt unsafe. I've always felt the opposite. I've always felt very safe and very welcomed. So, you stay away from drug activity areas and places like that. It's just the same rules that you'd have at home, right? You be aware. Don't walk around flashy, showing a bunch of diamonds and gold watches and jewelry. Don't pull your money out and fan out your $100 bills or your $5 bills. Don't do that. Just be normal and just don't go where you don't belong. And if you're not sure, ask the locals. They'll tell you. They'll be like, don't go over there, but over here is good. But like I say, not once have I felt unsafe in Puerto Rico. Now, another question I always get asked is, why not Mexico? Why not Costa Rica? And Mexico is really close by. And Costa Rica is so cute and it's so pretty there, and they have monkeys or whatever. I don't know. It's simple. Puerto Rico, U.S. territory. Done. I really don't even have to say anymore. In Puerto Rico, you have rights. You have due process. You have property ownership protections. There's legal stability. There's no passport required. You want me to keep going? That's why Puerto Rico is the best place you can go if you're an American, because Puerto Rico is American. And you have rights here and you're safe. And you don't need a passport. It's even better. So now, Puerto Rico, let me tell you, Puerto Ricans know how to party, all right? And they know how to celebrate, and they do. So there are so many. I'll just name a few of the things that Puerto Rico celebrates, because Puerto Rico celebrates life. Puerto Rico celebrates life. They celebrate Three Kings Day. That's in January. There's an Emancipation Day, Constitution Day. They have festivals like the San Sebastian Festival, and in Humacao. I'm sorry, not Humacao. In Atillo, they have the Atillos Festival. I'm sure that Humacao also has festivals. There's drum circles. So much fun. First Friday out at Boracay Beach, they do a drum circle. So cool. There'll be people spinning fire, dancing around in the sand, just people enjoying food and drinks and each other. And it's just a really beautiful place. The town plazas, they come to life every weekend. In Isabela, Friday nights at the town plaza is salsa night. So you come and get your salsa on. It's really nice. Okay? Beautiful people. Beautiful people. First of all, folks, I'm married to a Puerto Rican. Puerto Rican women are the most beautiful women in the world. Okay? And Puerto Rican men, I'll give it to you. You guys are good looking too. All right. Now, like I said, dancing, aguadilla, drum circles. Wow, there's just always something going on. So I'm telling you, if you're thinking about visiting Puerto Rico, do it. If you're thinking about moving to Puerto Rico, do it, but do it now. The sooner the better, because let me tell you, folks, prices are going up. It's catching on. People are understanding that this is the Hawaii of the Atlantic. That's what we are here. The Hawaii of the Atlantic, right here, Puerto Rico. Okay, final thoughts. I'll throw this back out. Again, 2 major airports, SJU, which is in San Juan, BQN, which is in Aguadilla, which happens to be my favorite part of the island, the Isabela Aguadilla area. I love it. Now, Puerto Rico isn't perfect. Nowhere is, right? But it is real. It's real. This island is real, and it is resilient, and it is worth your attention. And believe me on this one. So if this episode did one thing for you, I hope it made you curious, because I love to push curiosity. I hope it made it curious enough to dig a little deeper. My friends, stay curious, stay informed. Please, please be kind to one another, okay? And then I'm going to see you next time on our Joe's Hot Takes 25. And until then, again, be good, be kind, love one another, take care. The mic drops here.